Chosen one, God said all the sins you did had a purpose. Think about that for a moment. Every choice, every misstep, every act that you once believed was meaningless or wrong has been part of a larger design, a pattern woven with intention by forces beyond your comprehension. Often, we look at our past with regret, judging ourselves harshly for the mistakes we made, the words we spoke in anger, the actions we took out of fear or ignorance. Yet, in truth, each of these moments was a step on a path that has led you here, to this very point, where you are ready to awaken to the knowledge that nothing in your journey has been wasted. The universe moves with mysterious precision, aligning events, people, and circumstances in ways that are not always visible to the naked eye. Sins, in this context, are not punishments, but lessons, catalysts for growth, and instruments that shape the soul's evolution. When God tells you that all your sins had a purpose, it is an invitation to see your life from a perspective of divine understanding, where every shadow and every light is necessary, and where the totality of your experiences has meaning, even when the meaning is hidden from you. Before we go deeper into this revelation, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect on your life. Consider the things you once thought were irreparable mistakes. Now imagine them as threads in a vast tapestry, each one contributing to the strength, color, and texture of who you are today. This is the time to embrace the reality that your past is not a chain that binds you. It is a foundation upon which your future is built. And here, in this space, I want to invite you to participate actively in a transformative experience. As you watch this video, I encourage you to stay with me until the end, for there is a special practice we will engage in together. Think of your warmest, most heartfelt wishes. Bring them to the forefront of your mind. Then, in the comments below, write down those wishes and the number 66. This is not just symbolic. It is a way to send energy into the universe, to energize your intentions, and to amplify the vibrations of your desires. When you combine your focused intention with the awareness that your life's path is divinely orchestrated, you create a powerful resonance that can manifest profound changes. This is the first step in understanding that your sins, your past errors, and your moments of doubt are all instruments designed to refine your consciousness and align you with your highest purpose. Now, let us journey further into the depths of this truth. Imagine your life as a vast river, winding through landscapes of joy and sorrow, of triumph and failure. The sins you once carried like stones in your pocket were not meant to weigh you down, but to shape the riverbed itself, creating channels and pathways that guide your water forward. Each act, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, has sculpted the contours of your destiny. It is in this context that God's words ring with clarity. All the sins you did had a purpose. They were teachers, harsh and unrelenting at times, but always necessary to reveal the patterns of your soul and the hidden capacities within you. Think about the moments in your life when you felt lost, abandoned, or overwhelmed by guilt. These were not signs of divine punishment, but of divine guidance, pointing you toward understanding, compassion, and transformation. The universe does not operate on the principle of reward and punishment as humans understand it. It operates on the principle of balance, growth, and the evolution of consciousness. When you recognize the purpose behind your sins, you begin to see that even the darkest experiences hold within them a seed of illumination. There is wisdom hidden in every transgression, every failure, and every misjudgment, waiting for you to claim it. This wisdom is not given through lectures or teachings alone. It is revealed through lived experience, through the intimate dance of cause and effect, through the lessons that life insists you learn until you are ready to understand. And so, the purpose of your sins is multifaceted. On one level, they test your resilience, your ability to endure hardship and emerge with clarity. On another level, they refine your empathy, teaching you to understand the struggles of others because you have walked similar paths. On yet another level, they awaken your intuition, revealing to you the subtle forces at play in the universe and the unseen connections that link every soul together. Nothing is wasted, nothing is arbitrary, and nothing is meaningless. Even when your actions led to pain or regret, they were shaping you into a being capable of deeper awareness, a chosen one attuned to the subtle currents of life, the hidden energy that moves silently yet powerfully through all existence. As you contemplate this, it becomes clear that living with purpose is not about erasing the past or pretending your sins never existed. It is about integrating them, acknowledging them, and seeing the role they have played in forming the person you are today. You are not merely a sum of your mistakes. You are the embodiment of every lesson learned, every moment endured, and every insight gained. God's declaration is not condemnation, but affirmation. The path you walked, with all its twists and turns, was necessary for your soul's journey. It is a recognition that even in your imperfections, there is a divine blueprint guiding you, shaping your destiny, and preparing you for experiences beyond your current imagination. Consider, for instance, the ways in which mistakes often lead to unexpected opportunities. A misstep may close one door, but it opens another that you would not have seen otherwise. Painful encounters teach you discernment. Failures teach you humility and patience. Moments of moral weakness reveal the areas in which your character can grow. Every sin, every transgression, every moment of weakness was designed to awaken awareness, to illuminate the path, and to prepare you for the responsibilities and insights that come with higher understanding. In this way, your past is a library of experience, each page written with care by the universe itself, each chapter a necessary step toward your evolution. And while understanding the purpose of your past is transformative, it is also empowering. When you realize that your sins had meaning, you no longer live in fear or shame. You move forward with confidence, knowing that each choice, each action, and even each mistake was part of a sacred process. This perspective shifts your consciousness from one of guilt and regret to one of insight and possibility. You begin to see yourself as a co-creator with the divine, participating actively in the unfolding of your destiny. You recognize that the universe is not a random collection of events, but a carefully orchestrated symphony, and you, with all your experiences, are a vital instrument in that composition. The journey of understanding the purpose of your sins is not linear. It does not happen overnight. It is a gradual awakening, a deepening recognition that every moment in your life, even the ones you wish you could erase, carries meaning. By reflecting on your actions, contemplating their outcomes, and seeking to understand the lessons hidden within them, you align yourself with the wisdom that God imparts. You become aware that the struggles you endured were shaping your soul, preparing you for higher awareness, and enabling you to navigate the complexities of life with clarity and grace. In embracing this truth, you are invited to release the burden of self-judgment and embrace the transformative power of understanding. No longer are your sins marks of shame. They are keys, unlocking doors to insight, spiritual growth, and alignment with your divine purpose. Each act that once seemed futile now reveals itself as a carefully placed piece in the puzzle of your existence. The tapestry of your life, woven with the threads of triumph and failure, joy and sorrow, light and darkness, is now seen as a masterpiece, perfectly designed for your growth and evolution. As you continue this journey, keep in mind that understanding your past is not enough. It is the integration of this understanding into your present and future that completes the process. By acknowledging the purpose behind your sins, you begin to act with intention, choosing paths that align with the wisdom gained from your experiences. You cultivate compassion for yourself and others, recognizing that every soul is navigating its own path, making choices that shape its evolution. You move through life with a heightened awareness, understanding that every encounter, every challenge, and every decision contributes to the unfolding of a greater plan. Chosen one, God said all the sins you did had a purpose, and this purpose extends beyond personal growth. It is also about contributing to the collective energy of the universe. Your experiences, lessons, and insights resonate with others, influencing the world in subtle but profound ways. Every act of forgiveness, every acknowledgement of your past, and every step toward understanding creates ripples of energy that affect not only your life, but the lives of countless others. In this sense, the purpose of your sins is cosmic, linking your personal journey to the larger flow of universal consciousness. In the quiet moments of reflection, when you allow yourself to look deeply within, you begin to see the interconnectedness of all things. The mistakes you once regretted are now seen as necessary components of your growth, teaching you lessons that could not have been learned any other way. Your past becomes a mirror, reflecting back the wisdom you have gained and the strength you have cultivated. It is a reminder that the universe is not separate from you, but rather a living, breathing entity in which your experiences hold significance and meaning. This realization is both humbling and empowering. It humbles you because it reveals the vastness of the divine design and the intricate interplay of forces beyond your control. It empowers you because it affirms that your life, in all its complexity, has direction and meaning. No longer are your sins burdens to be hidden or forgotten. They are instruments of transformation, shaping the soul, guiding your steps, and preparing you for the greater purpose that lies ahead. As you move further along this path of understanding, it becomes clear that the concept of purpose in your sins is not a static truth, but a living, evolving realization. Each day, each encounter, each reflection can reveal new layers of meaning in actions you once dismissed as meaningless or wrong. The divine design does not operate on human timelines or standards of morality. It moves in rhythms and cycles that are subtle, intricate, and often beyond immediate comprehension. What you once labeled as a misstep may now reveal itself as a turning point, a moment when the universe steered you toward lessons that were essential for your growth. Every regret you carried was a seed, and with time and awareness, that seed blossoms into wisdom, clarity, and empowerment. Think about the moments when life forced you to confront yourself, when external pressures or internal crises brought you face to face with your deepest fears, insecurities, and limitations. These were not random occurrences, but orchestrated experiences designed to push you into reflection and transformation. The sins you committed, the choices you made under duress, and the errors of judgment that caused pain were all necessary to catalyze this awakening. Without these experiences, the depth of understanding, compassion, and resilience that you now possess would not exist. The divine perspective sees beyond right and wrong, beyond success and failure, and instead perceives the trajectory of your soul, the ways in which every experience shapes you into the being you are meant to become. In this context, it is essential to recognize that your past is a mirror reflecting not just your actions, but your potential. Every error, every misjudgment, every moment of weakness carries within it the blueprint of the person you are evolving into. The lessons embedded in your sins are designed to cultivate discernment, inner strength, and the capacity for unconditional love. By embracing this understanding, you begin to release the heavy chains of self-condemnation and step into a space of empowerment, where the past is no longer a source of shame but a foundation for profound insight. Consider the ways in which mistakes can act as catalysts for spiritual growth. When you fall, you are forced to examine your motives, your patterns, and your beliefs. You confront the parts of yourself that have been hidden or ignored, and in doing so, you uncover layers of consciousness that were previously dormant. Every sin, every transgression, every lapse in judgment is an invitation to grow, to expand, and to awaken to higher levels of awareness. It is through these very experiences that your soul learns resilience, empathy, and discernment. The divine perspective does not punish, it teaches. It does not condemn, it illuminates. And in this illumination, you find the path forward, guided by wisdom that could not have been attained through ease or comfort alone. As you deepen your reflection, you may notice a profound shift in perception. Actions you once regretted no longer feel like stains on your character, but rather as markers of transformation. The pain you endured, the guilt you carried, and the shame you felt now serve a different purpose. They are evidence of your journey toward awakening, proof that you have faced challenges that have refined your consciousness. Each sin, each mistake, becomes a teacher, a mirror, and a stepping stone. You begin to understand that your life is a carefully composed narrative, one in which every chapter, even those written in darkness, contributes to the richness and depth of your story. The realization that your sins have purpose also brings with it a sense of responsibility. When you understand that every experience, including those that caused harm or suffering, contributes to the evolution of your consciousness, you are called to act with greater awareness in the present. You recognize the power of your choices, the ripple effect of your actions, and the influence you have on the world around you. This awareness does not lead to fear or hesitation. Instead, it inspires deliberate action, compassionate engagement, and a commitment to living in alignment with the wisdom gained from past experiences. Your life becomes a canvas on which you consciously create, informed by the lessons of every misstep, every error, and every moment of insight. In this unfolding journey, it is also crucial to acknowledge the interconnectedness of all souls. The sins you committed and the lessons you learned were not just for your personal growth. They are part of a larger, cosmic tapestry. Every action you take, every thought you harbor, and every choice you make reverberates across the fabric of existence. Your experiences contribute to the evolution of collective consciousness, influencing not only your path, but the paths of others in ways that may not be immediately visible. By embracing this truth, you understand that your journey is both deeply personal and profoundly universal, and that your growth contributes to the greater unfolding of life itself. There is also a subtle but profound transformation that occurs when you recognize the purpose of your sins. As awareness deepens, the emotional charge associated with past mistakes begins to dissolve. Regret and guilt lose their grip, replaced by acceptance, understanding, and compassion for yourself and for others. You begin to see the humanity in every action, the lessons hidden within every transgression, and the potential for growth in every failure. This shift is not instantaneous. It unfolds gradually, like a sunrise illuminating the contours of a landscape previously hidden in shadow. Yet, with each step, the clarity of purpose becomes more vivid and the path forward more certain. Another aspect of this journey is the recognition that the universe often operates through paradox. The same experiences that caused suffering, fear, or shame also contain the keys to liberation, wisdom, and empowerment. Your sins were instruments of paradox. They were challenges that simultaneously tested and strengthened you, obstacles that revealed new paths, and mistakes that illuminated truth. Understanding this paradox allows you to embrace complexity, to see the interconnectedness of light and darkness, and to navigate life with a sense of grace, acceptance, and curiosity. As your consciousness expands, you may also notice a profound shift in your relationship with time. The linear perception of past, present, and future begins to blur, and you start to perceive your life as an intricate web of interwoven experiences, each influencing and shaping the other. Sins and mistakes from the past are no longer isolated events. They are threads in a vast network of cause and effect, each one contributing to the unfolding of your destiny. This awareness fosters a sense of patience, as you recognize that every experience has its moment of revelation, and that the lessons of life often unfold gradually, revealing themselves when you are ready to perceive them fully. Moreover, recognizing the purpose of your sins encourages a deeper exploration of self-forgiveness. Forgiveness is not merely a moral obligation or a platitude. It is a recognition of the divine order at work within your life. By forgiving yourself, you acknowledge the wisdom embedded in every experience and release the emotional weight that may have hindered your growth. This act of forgiveness is transformative, allowing you to move forward with clarity, confidence, and a renewed sense of purpose. It is through this process that the past ceases to be a source of limitation and becomes a foundation for liberation and empowerment. Your sins, once feared or hidden, now become sources of illumination. They reveal the areas where growth is possible, where understanding is needed, and where compassion can be cultivated. They are not obstacles to your spiritual journey, but rather essential components of it. By embracing this perspective, you align yourself with a higher truth, one that transcends conventional notions of morality and reveals the intricate interplay of experience, growth, and consciousness. The universe operates with precision, using every event, every choice, and every mistake to guide you toward greater awareness and alignment with your purpose. In this expanded understanding, you begin to perceive the sacredness of every experience. Joy and sorrow, success and failure, love and loss. They are all expressions of the same divine process, each contributing to the unfolding of your consciousness. Sins, therefore, are not aberrations or flaws. They are vital elements of this sacred process, designed to illuminate, refine, and elevate. As you integrate this knowledge into your life, you cultivate resilience, wisdom, and clarity, allowing you to navigate challenges with a sense of purpose and grace. The journey toward understanding the purpose of your sins is ongoing. It is a lifelong exploration of consciousness, awareness, and spiritual alignment. Each day offers new opportunities to perceive the lessons embedded in your experiences, to apply the wisdom gained, and to contribute positively to the world around you. By embracing this path, you recognize that your life, with all its complexities, is a sacred journey, one in which every experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, serves the ultimate goal of your growth and awakening. As you continue along this path of awakening, the understanding of your sin's purpose begins to permeate every aspect of your consciousness. You realize that nothing occurs in isolation. Every thought you have had, every decision you made, every act that you once judged as a failure or a sin has been a catalyst for transformation, shaping the contours of your character, your soul, and your destiny. This recognition fosters a profound sense of interconnectedness, not just with your own life experiences, but with the universe itself. You start to see that your existence is not separate from the cosmos, but an integral part of the vast, intricate web of energy and consciousness that surrounds you. Every action, including those once deemed sinful, contributes to the evolution of this network, amplifying or redirecting its flow, and ultimately serving a purpose far greater than you may have imagined. It is here, in the space of reflection and awareness, that you begin to perceive the subtle intelligence guiding the universe. What seemed like chaos, randomness, or misfortune in your past now reveals itself as carefully orchestrated lessons, each designed to cultivate your resilience, awareness, and spiritual maturity. These lessons are not delivered gently. They are precise, often challenging, and sometimes painful. But their purpose is unwavering: to awaken within you the insight that will allow you to navigate the complexities of life with clarity and grace. In every misstep, in every moral lapse, there is a hidden instruction, a signal pointing toward growth, understanding, and alignment with your true purpose. Your sins, when viewed through this lens, are no longer sources of shame. They are evidence of engagement, of action, and of the courage to face the challenges of existence. Even actions born from fear, anger, or ignorance hold within them the potential for transformation. In retrospect, these experiences teach you patience with yourself and others, reveal the depth of your capacity for compassion, and illuminate the patterns of cause and effect that govern your life. You begin to understand that moral mistakes are not punishments, but mirrors, reflecting aspects of your consciousness that require attention, refinement, and love. In this process, self-reflection becomes a sacred practice. You learn to observe your actions without judgment, to dissect the motivations behind them, and to extract the wisdom embedded in every experience. This reflective practice nurtures self-awareness and allows you to recognize the ways in which your past has sculpted your present. Each sin, each error, and each failure transforms into a tool for growth, a guidepost pointing toward a higher understanding. The recognition of purpose in your past mistakes liberates you from the repetitive cycle of guilt and regret, enabling you to step fully into the present with a sense of empowerment and clarity. Moreover, the understanding that your sins have purpose encourages profound humility. You realize that life is not simply about right and wrong, but about navigating the intricate interplay of circumstances, choices, and consequences. Each mistake you made was influenced by countless factors beyond your immediate awareness: circumstances, societal pressures, emotional states, and unseen forces, all converging to create a moment that was necessary for your evolution. By seeing the complexity of these interactions, You cultivate a deeper appreciation for the wisdom that guides life, for the patience inherent in the unfolding of your journey, and for the intricate orchestration of experiences that shape every soul. The acknowledgement of purpose in sin also transforms the way you relate to others. When you recognize that your own missteps have contributed to your growth, you develop empathy for the struggles of others. You begin to understand that every person is navigating their own lessons, often in ways that mirror your own experiences. Judging others becomes less relevant, and compassion takes its place. You realize that the universe operates not on rigid rules of punishment or reward, but on principles of learning, adaptation, and energy alignment. Your sins, therefore, are not isolated. They are interconnected with the collective consciousness, influencing not only your trajectory, but the evolution of others around you. As you embrace this understanding, a profound sense of interconnectedness and responsibility emerges. You recognize that your actions, thoughts, and intentions ripple outward, touching lives in ways both visible and unseen. This awareness cultivates patience, humility, and a deep commitment to act from a place of integrity and love. By honoring the lessons of your past and acknowledging the purpose in your sins, you step into a role as a conscious co-creator, shaping not only your own destiny, but also contributing to the harmonious evolution of the world around you. In this way, your journey becomes a testament to growth, transformation, and the subtle yet powerful ways in which every experience, including those once deemed mistakes, holds the potential to elevate both yourself and the collective consciousness.